In this English lesson, I wanted to help you learn the English term spoiled brat. A spoiled brat is a child who gets everything they want all the time. So you probably know families like this where the parents have lots of money, and whenever the child wants something, they get it. Maybe the child has a birthday coming up and they want a really, really expensive gift, a gift that might cost hundreds of dollars. And if their parents buy them that gift, and if their parents regularly buy expensive things for their child, you might call that child a spoiled brat. It usually also refers a little bit to their behavior. When a child is a spoiled brat, they're used to always getting what they want, and they get really upset when they don't get what they want in life. So, a spoiled brat is a child who gets everything they want all the time from their parents. The other phrase I wanted to teach you today is the phrase rotten apple. Technically a term, not a phrase, but the term rotten apple refers to someone who's not a good person. So you might have friends of your family, maybe they have 5 children, and one of those kids is not a good person. They are regularly getting in trouble. They get in trouble at school. They get in trouble maybe with the law. Maybe they commit crimes. But they also make other people do bad things with them. We would say that that person is a rotten apple, because a rotten apple tends to make other apples rotten. So if you know a person who is a rotten apple, they are a bad person, they do bad things, but they also convince other people to do bad things with them. So anyways, a spoiled brat is a child of rich people who gets everything they want all the time. And a rotten apple is a person who does bad things and convinces other people to do bad things with them. Let's look at a comment from a previous video. This comment is from Julia Olis, and Julia says, hi dear teacher, thank you for these phrases. In Russian, we have something like 7 nannies can't look after a baby. So this is from the lesson on too many cooks spoil the broth that I did the other day. And my response was, that makes sense. Too many people taking care of a child might make the child grow up to be a spoiled brat. So you see what I did there. I used today's phrase in my reply to that comment. Actually, today's phrase came from my reply to Julia's comment. So thank you, Julia, for that comment. Sometimes if you think about children, if they have too many people taking care of them and they get too many things, they can become spoiled. They can become spoiled brats. Not a good thing. Let me tell you something though. When I was a kid, I was not a spoiled brat. You might see this farm and think that this is really cool and it's really big and it's awesome, and Bob grew up on this beautiful farm. But when I was a kid, we lived on this farm, but we didn't have a lot of money. We had a lot of land. My parents owed the bank a lot of money. And it was a good life, but it was filled with hard work. I did not get anything given to me by my parents very quickly or very easily. I was not a spoiled brat in that sense. If I wanted something for my birthday that was really expensive, sometimes my parents would pay for part of it, and they would make me work to earn money to pay for the other part of it. So let's say I wanted a toy that cost $100 when I was a kid. My parents might pay for $20 or $30 of that toy, but I had to find money to pay for the rest of it. So I definitely was not raised in a rich family, and I was not a spoiled brat. Anyways, thanks for watching and listening to this English lesson. Hope you're having a good day. I'll see you tomorrow with another one.